Hello everyone, it's Onkar from Wedding Entrepreneur Academy. I hope you're all well. Yeah, I'm just in my office and I just come through a bit of a revelation because I just wanted to get a thing that's been brewing in my head for a while, so just bear with me on here. Okay, obviously I have to name this video Struggle is Part of the Journey. Okay, and I wanted to get something over to wedding entrepreneurs because in essence, and if you're not a wedding entrepreneur, it might apply to you as well, but I'm more specialised in helping wedding entrepreneurs get more customers. But the biggest thing in order to get customers is to struggle. Okay? That's the big thing here. Now you're thinking, okay, Onks, struggling is supposed to be part of, we're not supposed to struggle. You know, if you struggle, it's not right or it's smooth. Look, I'm going to be absolutely blunt and honest here, okay? If anyone comes to you, yeah, and if anyone comes to you and says to you, well, look, listen, Onks, if someone say to me, comes straight and say, Onkar, I can give you this without any struggle. Look, listen, being an entrepreneur, especially being a wedding entrepreneur, especially in this hospitality game, struggle is part of the journey, okay? And especially in getting customers, right? It was never ever, and sometimes still not easy getting people through to my wedding venue. When I started 15 years ago, without having a clue about the wedding industry and understanding it, that one of the key things was that in order to succeed, in order to be successful, I had to struggle. And sometimes some things not 100% gone right lately, but not a big thing, that's part of it. And something that's come over that really said to me is, struggle is part of the journey, Ogs. Do you understand? Moaning about the fact that we have these struggles, that things are not going right, it doesn't mean that. You see, I was speaking to a good friend of mine, and he's a bit of a mind guy, a marketing guy as well, but mind guy. And he basically said something really important to me quite a while back, and it really touched upon my head that I need to articulate across to you. He says that things that happen, okay, because I phoned him up, I said, oh mate, I'm backing, this. He goes, look, listen, things happen. They're not positive, they're not negative, things happen. Do you understand? Things happen. It's where we put negative or positive on that problem or on that issue. Do you understand? And that's where we turn it into good stuff or into bad stuff. So if you're, for example, trying to build your website, and because that's such a key part of the wedding industry, to make it your shop front, and you're just not getting through it, and it's such a struggle to get it to where you want, okay, to do what you want or how it looks, or you're not getting engagement, or you're not getting people visiting the website, it's probably because of SEO and stuff, and you're not getting people to come to there. You think, well, everything's a struggle, everything is shit. That's wrong. That is part of getting to where you want to be. If anyone comes to you and says it's smooth sailing, crap. Just don't listen. It's not smooth sailing. It never will be smooth sailing. The people who are successful, where I have got where I want to be, wasn't because my path was like this. My path was freaking like this. It is literally like that. Ups and downs. It's like I'm going through a training regime, and there are times where I'm just so battered, but still to be in that domain, into to be in the training, in my body, going to the gym more, was the fact of trying to say, look, listen, you're not going to be 100% all the time. Well, why can't we apply to our business? You're never going to be 100%. Everyone thinks you've got to skip to work going, yeah, you got to stay in mental attitude. It doesn't happen all the time. You just think sometimes you lose your vision. And so I had that last week where I lost a bit of my vision because a lot of things happening and things like that, and I just lost my vision. So what did I do? I said, I'm not coming into work today. I'm going to reconnect with my vision. I'm going back and say, what was my original vision? Am I on course? Well, what am I doing that I said it was not to do? So I went back and just put everything in my mind on a piece of paper, and then I started honing. I said, well, that makes sense. This doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? Because you question yourself. You have to sometimes go through, why are you doing these actions? Why are you doing these things for? Do you know? You have to start doing those things. So, but the problem is, so that's one thing that I do. I like to every month get out my business and really think about where I'm going. Things can be a struggle. I'm not saying, but you have to say that is part of the journey. That's part of the story. That's part of where you want to be. If you're asking, I don't want struggle, okay, then you are not pushing hard enough. Do you understand? You are going to go through dips and shit's not working right. That's really important. But accept it as part of it. Don't accept the condition, but accept that the fact that these things flare up, that these things do come. But it's not a question of, well, I'm struggling, it's not right. That's the point where it's darkest before the hour, where you just gotta grind, and even if that means everything just feels not right or something, just that 1 inch can make a difference. That 1 inch goes centimeters and meters and longer and kilometers and miles and etc. It goes on when you build momentum, and then suddenly you go through that through again where it just slows down again. Well, then you reconnect with your vision, keep going and keep pushing. But that doesn't mean that you scrap everything off the desk. Struggle is part of the journey. And trying to get customers, you have to understand that if you're not getting customers, that doesn't give you the right to say to stop everything. Yes, we have this thing where things, I work hard, I'm doing this, I'm doing everything with integrity, I'm doing everything that I researched and got knowledge to go through. But what half the battle is, which I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins because he said something right here, okay? And let me just remember this. He basically said, it's 80% mind, 20% mechanics. And it's so true. I learned that years ago. That everything that we want in life, everything that we want to achieve by trying to get more customers for our wedding business, which in turn gives us more money so that we can do the things with ourselves and our family and to do the things that we always wanted to do. To get that is 80% up here. 80%. 20% is the doing. But sometimes just to keep doing and keep grinding, keep moving forward is the part of the struggle. Don't accept why does it happen. It happens. It happens. Don't question why am I struggling. Okay? You will go through phases like that, and half the time it's up in here. It's working at it, working at it, working at it, working at it. Every single freaking day. And sometimes you have good days, you'll have bad days. That's accepted. I've gone through that lately. I have. But it's calm. Shit happens. I've got to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm still on this vision that you articulated. If you feel lost because you're not connecting with your vision and where you're trying to be, so you end up over here, sometimes you need to take a time out, and even if that takes 1 or 2 days to get clarity. Now that's a big word. You must understand clarity about where you're going, because everything you do has to go towards that vision. And if you feel lost, where I felt like a couple of weeks ago, well, last week, I just took out a couple of days. I think it was just a day for me because I've gone through this phase a couple of times. But I stopped questioning why does that happen. I just go back to it and say, look, I've lost a bit of my vision, go back, connected, and I'm back on it again. Because I lost my clarity slightly. A lot of other little things, personal, business, changes, big revamps, everything gets lost in the murkiness of doing things. But long as we have that light, you know what they say, that there's light at the end of the tunnel? Well, what is your light? The whole point of the light is the vision of where you're trying to go. And it's going to be a struggle. It's not going to be like this, it's going to be like that. It takes so much energy to get out the Earth's gravity. So much. But afterwards, once you get out of it, things are a bit easier. You know why? For us in our mind, because we've gone through over such adversity all the time, it's second nature, and we get over it. But half the point is that we are battling ourselves. We're our worst fucking enemy. In order to get where you want to be, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of stuff. And now that's another video. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because if you really want it and you're hungry and you get up, you've got to have a hunger. But sometimes our hunger goes because sometimes the struggle is just fucking tiring. Do you know what I'm saying? It can be so tiring. There's nothing wrong with that. We do go through phases. We all do. We go through phases like that. But it's not to accept that you give up then. That's not the point. You still go back on the thing, but even if you're slow, it's like when you're running. When you're running, you can't go 100 miles an hour all the time, if you could do 100 miles an hour, but you can't keep running at a pace all the time. You need to slowly stop, but you don't stop because you know if you stop, you give up. That means if you have to pace for a bit, get your breath back and go there, get back jogging, get back to momentum, and then sprint again. And then you reset again, you do that. That's business. That is how things happen. And being an entrepreneur, we end up being that. But we say, oh, why I can't keep up. That means I'm a failure. Fucking bullshit. Excuse the French, but it is. So you have to realize that in order to be where you want, you have to accept the struggles that are going to come along with it. But do not question. And I mean my big question is, don't question, oh, why am I having struggles? If you believe that, then be articulate, keep it in context and say, why am I having this problem? Because I don't know where I'm going. So if you don't know where you're going, get back to your clarity of vision about where you want to go and reconnect with it and make sure that all the hows of what you're trying to get there makes sense. Okay? Because you have to be careful that other people involved might pull you away to do over their agenda. What's your agenda? Now, if you're doing a struggle because you don't know a knowledge but you're trying to do that, that's what I'm there for. That's why I'm saying, well, you have a sales problem, or you have a marketing problem, or you have a lead conversion problem, or you don't have a social media strategy, or you just don't feel motivated enough. And that's where I come in when I do my one-to-one calls and things like that, or my mentoring sessions. You know, there's nothing wrong with I don't know. That's fine. If you don't know, you don't know. That doesn't make you more successful than the next man or the next woman. It doesn't make no difference. What's important though, okay, is that you don't beat yourself up to say, I don't feel I'm good enough. You are fucking good enough. The minute you wake up and say, I am good enough to do it, then you do. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I won't take that shit, and neither should you. But you have to take the struggle. Don't question why you're having a struggle, as I said before. When you go into it, what is the problem? Then you work on it with clarity and focus, because there's an opportunity in every struggle. If you're not getting the results that you want, then maybe you have to completely change tact. But that means that you don't just completely scrap everything. That's really important that I need to get across to you. So keep at it. And if you believe that, look, I'm accepting this struggle, I'm accepting going through, I have to make this work, be whatever way, then I will make it work. But I will go through bumps, I will go through headaches, I will go through things. And if there's a knowledge or specific knowledge about marketing sales I don't know for the wedding industry, then obviously I'll hit Onkar up and see what I can help with and whatever stuff or whatever courses that might be right for you, because I'm making loads of them now just because I know that there's such a demand for them. Okay, it could be from your brochures, your market literature, your sales pitch, or how you do things. That's how I work and help. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make you less inferior if you ask. Okay, I've gone through that. I've gone through all the phases that don't feel good enough. I don't feel right. I just don't know. So hence, if I don't know, I don't, deserve to be in business. That's sometimes, I tell you, we don't know half the time as we're going along. I just know a lot more than you do, but doesn't make me more intelligent than you. I just tried a hell of a lot more things for things that work, and I want to display that. But that doesn't make me higher or makes you lower than me. I hate that shit. When someone comes, oh, I'm here and you're there, you don't know. I don't like that. I never want to be that person. Do you know what I'm saying? I just know something you don't know. Does not make me less intelligent than you. Make me more intelligent. It doesn't. I just know something you don't know. Nothing wrong with that. And that's my vision for what, that's where I had to get the clarity. What was, again, my mission for Wedding Entrepreneur was to help as many wedding entrepreneurs help sales and marketing to get them more customers. But I want to know that sometimes in trying to get those customers, you're going to feel fucking horrible. But that's a learning curve, and you find momentum and you go through there and it struggles. But accept the struggle. But doesn't mean you stop and give up. Never give up. Okay? Never give up. And surround yourselves with people who say we don't give up. Yes, we have to logically look from a financial and cash flow and things. We have to look at those things. What's viable for you and not to do. And if you have to get down and hustle and spend more hours crafting your message to customers, or crafting your email, or crafting your Facebook videos and stuff, because Facebook Video Live is huge at the moment and you need to take advantage of it, is to kind of do those things. So just don't give up, man. Accept struggle is part of the journey, but just don't give up. Never give up. Okay? Just go for it. And you will go up and down like a fucking yo-yo sometimes, but it'll get better. But you live with it. And you can live with it better. And one day, you'll forget that it's there. Because you accept it. I accept sometimes staff don't turn up. I don't accept it. You come from here. It doesn't stress me no more, because I know what to expect. Because we just don't like unexpected things. But that's another story. Accept struggle is part of the journey. Okay? As I always say, be adventurous, people. Never give up. Do what you got to do. And I'm always here to help you as much as I can. That's my goal for Wedding Entrepreneur Academy, is to see you wedding entrepreneurs succeed. I'm here to help. Okay? This is Onkar, and as always, be adventurous, people. Take care.